Things at Bastia are going really well. We're on a really good streak of luck, which at some point means FM's going to balance the scales and send us on a bad streak. And actually, this episode is probably when that's going to happen, as we're playing two of the better teams in the world, and we have an injury issue we're dealing with. My name's FM Jellico, and this is the Return on Gloria with SC Bastia, episode 117. Well, things have been going really well for us. We have not lost a game, although we did tie against Marseille. I'll show you that here in a second. After drawing against Hoffenheim, we were away at Dijon, and we absolutely thumped them 4-1, thanks to a hat trick's worth of goals by Kaplan and a goal by Pichon. The Pichon goal and one of the Kaplan goals was extra time, but by that time the game was already in hand, so I wasn't too upset by it. SM Khan played us really tough. It took a Mario Tomasi goal in the 6th minute for us to see us through, and they played us tough the rest of the game. It was really, well, I don't want to say disturbing to watch because Khan's actually a fairly decent team. They were, I want to say, 10th when we played them. Luke Mercurio got sent off in the 74th minute. And then in between the Dijon game, let me double check something here real quick. In between the Dijon game and the Khan game at practice, that's when Kazan broke his finger, and he was out 4 to 6 weeks. It was a straight, hey, he's out 4 to 6 weeks. You can't put a splint on it. You can't do anything else. You know, it's a broken finger. He's got 9 more. He should be okay, you'd think, but I guess not. We were then home against AZ, and we absolutely thumped them again 4-0. Martinez a goal, Rashidi a goal, Werner a brace of goals, one of which was in extra time. And then against Marseille, we drew 1-1. This was a tough game. I don't want to say we outclassed Marseille. Yeah, we had 15 shots, 8 on target. They're 10-4. We had 2 clear-cut chances. They had 1 half chance. Possession was, for all intents and purposes, equal. They bent, but they didn't break, which was what they needed to do in order to not lose. Ramirez was really good between the sticks. Gilbert Roy's done a really good job for us with Kazan being out, but I wonder how much that's going to change today. After Marseille, we were home against Lens. I played a really rotated side here, and we beat them 3-1. Was able to rest Kaplan, was able to rest Kern. Gilbert Roy, again, another solid game between the sticks. Orlowski had a goal. Rojas had an own goal for Lens against us, and then Werner had a goal in the 87th minute. Pichon went out this game with an injury. What did he do? Let's check that out here real quick. Yeah, groin sprain, out for 2 to 3 weeks. So he's not available today. And of course, today we are playing PSG in Ligue 1 at PSG, and then we're playing Man City away. In the group stage, for the moment, Man City is 2 points ahead of us, so we need a credible result against them. And we need AZ to do something against Hoffenheim, which probably isn't going to happen. So we need a credible result against Man City if we want to maintain our lock on second place. If we lose, we're in trouble. So that said, we do have PSG coming up. I'm going to check my best 11, set the reserves, and we're going to come back with that match in just a bit. Well, against the Lens games, I said I was lucky because I got to rest a couple of players, including Kaplan. Kaplan, I didn't have a choice. He picked up 3 yellow cards in 10 games, so he had to sit, but that was convenient. And we're playing our 4-2-4 today. Gilbert Roy in goal, Robert Valencia, Kern, and Flores as the defensive back 4, Rashidi and Orlowski as the midfielders, Gerardo and Tomasi as the attacking midfielders, Hussein and Werner up top as the strikers. Bianchi, over to Bedoya, who holds it up. Over to Ramos, up to Cesar, to Shu, to Sergej, back to Shu, over to Cesar. Long pass, but Kin knocks it down, but it goes back to Zabrowski. Mbappe, up to Grande, Gilbert Roy, nice block. Robert on the throw-in, knocked away. Kern gets it. Over to Robert, knocked away. Shu, up into space for Zabrowski. Oh, it's 2-on-2. Crosses at Grande. Yeah. That was a nice counterattack by PSG. They deserve that goal. Ormus on the throw-in to Grande. Oh, taken away by Flores. Over to Rashidi. Back to Flores. Out to Tomasi. Over to Orlowski. Centers it to Rashidi. To Orlowski. To Tomasi. Feeds Flores up on the right. Holds it up. Crosses it in. Gerardo. Oh, Bianchi comes up and challenges and stops him. That was well done. Bedoya. Up to Sergej. To Shu. Back to Sergej. Over to Cesar. To Shu. To Mbappe. In space. Drives forward. He's still got the speed. Don't know for how much longer. Grande. Oh, jeez. Guys. 2 shots we've had. Coming up on halftime, and we are just getting absolutely thumped. 6 shots, 2 on target, 11 shots, and 8 for PSG. They're ahead 2-0. Kaplan holds it up, dispossessed by Pereira. Long pass to Zabrowski. Over to Grande on the left. He holds it up. He's got help. Ormus. Top of the box. Shu takes the shot, curls it wide left. Well, coming up on 60 minutes, we're going to make a couple of changes here. Kern's going to move out to wing back. Tay Mohammed is going to come on. Tomasi's going to come off, and Gagliardi is going to come on. Gagliardi, corner kick in. Sergej knocks it away. Rashidi's there. Out to Kaplan. Oh, nice shot. Drove forward and curled it in far post. Kern on a throw-in to Orlowski. Oh, back to Grande. Grande intercepts it, rather. Passes it up into space. Zabrowski gets it. Over to Lesovoy. Drives forward, tries crossing it. It bounces off Valencia. He feeds Robert up to Rashidi. He passes it out, but goes right to Ormus, who taps it over to Sergej. Ormus up to Grande. To Zabrowski, top of the box. Holds it up to Lesovoy. Drives forward, takes a shot off the post. Gets a rebound, puts it back. Oh, Gilbert Roy should have had that. We're going to make our last sub. Townsend's going to come in for Rashidi. And Werner twisted his knee. Of course he did. Just absolutely dominated by PSG this game. Gagliardi sends it in, knocked away. Kaplan. Oh, that was... He's trying too hard to score. That was very, very wide left. And that is the game. 3-1 loss to PSG. And as you can see over here on the right, that draws us even with Monaco. Now, Townsend and Werner are both out with just 2 and 3 day injuries, so that's not too bad. I'm going to do the post-match press conference here, and then we're going to come back for our Champions League game against Man City in just a minute. I could have sworn when I looked at this a few minutes ago, this wasn't the case. But I guess maybe, have we secured promotion from the group? Well, if Hoffenheim beats AZ, and they should, they'll be on 11 points. If Man City beats us, we'll be on 11 points. We've got the goal differential, but we drew to them at home? No, we drew to them twice. And the goals were, I don't know. Good grief. Let's get back to the match. So we're switching things up a little bit today. We're playing our 4-3-1-2. Gilbert Roy in goal. Robert Valencia, Hakan Kern as the defensive back four. Rashidi, Mercurio, and Orlowski as the starting midfielders. Tomasi is the attacking midfielder, with Kaplan and Werner up top as the strikers. They still got Upamecano. They still got Getson. Soler is a great left winger. Cordero is a great striker. We've got a work cut out for us. But we beat them the first time we played them. And they're on a bit of a bad run. They're not doing so hot. Opening kickoff highlight, Moses. Left side of the box, bounces it off of Kern, goes out of bounds for Manchester City. Corner kick. Soler. In swinger, curls it around the goal. Gilbert Roy. Valencia. Back to Roy. Sends it forward. Knocked down. Mercurio taps it up to Tomasi. Out to Kern, all alone on the right. He drives forward and loses it to Bazan. Soler has it. Sends it up into space. Cordero got behind the defenders. Takes the shot off the post. Hawk knocks it out of bounds. Soler stops it. Moses has it. Kern. Orlowski. Back out to Robert on the left. Crosses it in. Kaplan's there, but it gets knocked away. Orlowski to Rashidi. Back out to Kern. He drives forward. Centers it to Tomasi. Takes the shot. He blows it by the keeper. Wow. That ball looked like it went right through the keeper. Of course, they're both orange. That's kind of odd. Meyer should have had that. Soler. Oh, it bounces back and forth. Robert looks like he knocked it away. Soler has it again. And Kern knocks that one away. Bazan's going to get that before it goes out of bounds. Crosses it to Kurt and the highlight ends. Kurt on the throw-in to Lemaire. To Arnaud. Crosses the box. Bazan at the top. Takes the shot and he pushes it just wide left. Coming up on halftime. Man City's had 11 shots, 4 on target. We've had 5 and 2. But the Tomasi goal is seeing us through at the moment. We're going to get Werner off and bring Martinez on. Werner's still not 100% match fit. He was down to 70%. Kurt on the throw-in. Lemaire loses it. Valencia up in the crowd. Mercurio gets a head on it, but Gedson ends up with it. Arnaud to Gedson. Up to Lemaire. Breaks left. Passes out into space for Moses on the left. He crosses it in. Gilbert Roy, nice save. Arnaud takes the shot, but bounces off Robert. He sends it forward and the highlight ends. Some good defense. Soler on the corner kick. Knocked away. Lemaire top the box. Takes the shot. Oh, bounces off one player. Ends up at Cordiero's feet. And he puts it past Gilbert Roy. That was... Oh, it's being reviewed. And he was offsides? The thing went by too fast, but the goal was disallowed. We got a lucky break there. Corner kick in. Over the crossbar. We're going to make a couple changes here. About 63 minutes into the game. Hawk's going to come off, and Olivier is going to come on for him. Not that I'm a huge fan of that, but my depth at both my defensive left and right back positions isn't exactly the best. Olivier's a decent player. He's just young. You know, he'll get better over time, and maybe throwing him in the fire against Man City will help him improve. Kern on the throw-in. Gives it away right to Moses, but he loses it to Orlowski. Townsend, top the box. Kaplan, back to Townsend. Dispossessed. However, Plakios ends up with it. Nuts. It's freaking 5-on-2. Plakios crosses it. Soler, and they equalize. That was just horrible. Coming up on the end of the game, can we hold on? Last chance. Plakios to Kurt on the throw-in. To Lemaire. Back to Plakios. To Lemaire. Out to Kurt. Centers it to Bazan. Almost dispossessed. Back out to Plakios. To Soler. Loses the ball. Kaplan. And that is the game. You know what? A draw is good. A draw sees us through. 12 points. Oh, and Hoffenheim beat AZ. Man City is out. They're going to the Europa League. Wow, they gotta be miffed. 34 shots, 17 on target they had to our 7-3, but they only had 2 clear-cut chances and 3 half chances. And just the one goal. No, they had the other goal denied. That'll probably upset them too. I might hear something about that in the press conference. We received $900,000 for the draw. We qualified for the first knockout round. You know, I'm gonna do the press conference here. We're gonna come back and see what we're gonna do next. League table wise, we're 3 points behind Monaco with a game in hand. We're 2 points ahead of PSG, 4 points ahead of Nantes, and after that, it's a huge drop. Well, 7 points between Nantes and Lyon, so it's a 4-team race for first place. And I can't imagine. Yeah, Nantes might stumble, but they're a solid team. I don't see that happening. Stats-wise, Hussein leads us with 17 goals and the highest rating. Gerardo, 8 assists. Mercurio, the best pass completion rating. Hussein also has 4 players of the match awards. Rashidi, 7 yellow cards. Mercurio, the 1 red card that got him sent off. We're doing okay. Flores and Valencia are both out the next match due to yellow cards. But Kazan will be back. I suspect I'll be switching out Kazan and Gilbert Roy the rest of the season. We'll have to see what happens there. Speaking of the rest of the season... We got Lorient coming up in the Coup League 4th round. I'm not too worried about that. They're a League 2 team. We got Saint Etienne coming up in the French Cup 9th round. I am a little bit worried about that. They're top of League 2. They've been bouncing back and forth. But I think we're going to take another long break and come back for our first Champions Cup knockout round match. It'll probably be whoever we're playing in Guingamp, because they're going to move the Bordeaux game, because we're not playing 2 games back to back to back. As it stands right now, between Lorient, Nice, and Angers, including the game against Havre today, we've got 4 games in 10 days. 12 days. 11 days. 13th? Calendar math is hard. So yeah, this could be an interesting stretch of games for us. But I think what we're going to do is skip through the January transfer window and come back for our first Champions Cup knockout round match. I don't know who we're playing. That's going to be released after that's going to be drawn after the Havre match. So, a not so good loss against PSG and an okay draw against Man City, which saw us through. We got lucky in the Man City match. I'll be the first to admit it. That PSG match, though, was just disappointing. We should have done better. But, as long as we stay healthy, and that's a big if at the moment, we've got a chance. I want to get farther than the first knockout round this year. The board wants us to reach the quarterfinal. And I think we should do okay there. So, that said, we need to do better on our next couple of games. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I'll answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM19, and I thank you for watching The Return on Gloria with SC Bastia, episode 117.